Hello and welcome to the news on Magic Bricks Now. I'm Aishwarya Paliwal. Let's take a look at the top headlines this hour. In Mumbai, a toddler is dead because he was turned away by 7 hospitals just because his parents could not pay a deposit of 50,000 rupees. Yet another shocker from Bengaluru. An event manager has been arrested for allegedly drugging and sexually assaulting a minor on the pretext of giving her modelling assignments. Starting with Mumbai, where a heart-wrenching incident took place. A 1.5-year-old toddler, Shahbaz Ali, breathed his last at the Sion hospital after battling internal bleeding for 5 days. What's more shocking in this case is the claim made by Shahbaz's parents that their child was denied admission or rather turned away by 7 hospitals. Here is a report. Where I'm standing is the exact spot where 1.5-year-old Shahbaz was playing when this vegetable cart fell on him. And he was standing exactly here on this location. Now, after this incident took place, his parents immediately took him to 7 hospitals. One after the other, all of them told them that if they do not deposit close to 50,000 rupees, their son will not be admitted. Now, these are big hospital names: JJ, Wadia, Sion Hospital, KEM Hospital. Now, parents went from one hospital to the other, and on some pretext or the other, the hospital authorities shooed them away. Finally, they admitted their son in Sion Hospital, where they had to pay 20,000 advance to get their son admitted. कितने हॉस्पिटल गए थे आप लोग और कितने हॉस्पिटल लोगों ने आपको क्या बोला?
मैंने पहले नाला से पारा लेके गई,
पहले वहाँ
बांगड़ी में पहले वाले लेके गई मैंने। फिर ये छोटा था, ये जवाब दे दी, बोले मेरे बस का नहीं है। फिर बांगड़ी में लेके गई, फिर वो बोले मेरे बस का नहीं है। फिर नाला से पारा लेके गई, बोले कि मैं 20,000 डिपॉजिट लेता हूँ, कोई गारंटी नहीं है, कोई गारंटी नहीं है, आप भी देता हो तो दो, ना तो मैं हाथ नहीं लगाऊंगा। मैंने 5,000 रुपये दी, हाथ नहीं लगाई लोग। फिर मैंने 12 बजे रात को निकाली, अपने बच्चे को वहाँ लेके गई, कैम्प में लेके गई। दरवाजे के सामने नहीं पहुँची, जब जवाब दे दिए, भर्ती नहीं लिए। वहाँ से लेके गई नहर में जवाब दे दिए। नहर में से लौटी तो फिर मैंने गई जय में सिस्टर, जैसे मैंने दरवाजे के सामने उतरी और सिस्टर वो कैमरा बनाने लग गई। ये लोग बोले डॉक्टर लोग तुम लोग साथ में लेके आए हो। हम लोग बोले मेरे क्या ज़रूरत है, मैं अपना बच्चा देखूंगी, कि इनको लेके आऊँगी, मैं ये नहीं लिए भर्ती।
आप मुझे बताओ, साइन हॉस्पिटल में क्या हुआ? कितना पैसा उन्होंने आपसे लिया और गारंटी क्यों नहीं ली?
12,000 रुपया लिया। 12,000 रुपये की मैंने दवाई लिया, अपने हाथ से दी मैंने। उन्होंने दवाई यूज नहीं किया मेरे बच्चे के साथ। परसों के दिन मैंने रिपोर्ट ला के जाँच करवाई। वो मैं बोली डॉक्टर दवाई की दो रिपोर्ट, बोला क्या कचरे में फेंक दिया रिपोर्ट फेंकने के बाद मैं बोली अपने आदमी से कि मैं रिपोर्ट देखती रह गई, रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया, वो दवाई किस नहीं कर रहा बच्चे के सही ढंग से, बच्चा हाथ में नहीं आएगा, बोला नहीं कर रहे हैं। मैं बोली जाके पूछने गया तो सिर पे चढ़ गया मारने के लिए। मैं लेके गई थी आज मेरे बच्चे, मैं जो साइन में मैं भर्ती की, जब भी मेरा बच्चा देख रहा था, खाली वो जबान से नहीं बोल रहा था, बस हो जी जाता वो। ये लोग जान से मार दिए मेरे बच्चे को।
In fact, Magic Bricks Now visited the hospital where they had taken the toddler for treatment. Richa Sharma, who was present there at the hospital, sent us these details.
1.5-year-old Shahbaz Ali took his last breath here at the Sion Hospital right behind me after being refused to get given treatment by almost 7 hospitals in Mumbai. While the father of the child says that the doctors as well as the authorities at the hospital did not give proper treatment to the child, due to which he succumbed to his internal injuries. But although the hospital authorities refused to give us any official comment on camera, but the sources in the hospital tell us that when the child arrived at the hospital, he was in a very bad state and condition, and he had very major head as well as abdomen injuries, and he was on 0 pulse and breath when he arrived, after which they put them on a ventilator and life support. But somehow he survived for 3 days and succumbed to the injuries on Monday, that is 6th of Feb. Another important point that they put in front of us, the hospital sources told us that most of the government hospitals are understaffed and overpopulated by patients, which makes it difficult for them to handle such patients that need urgent emergency treatment. This is Richa Sharma for Magic Bricks Now.
सरकारी हॉस्पिटल्स में ज़्यादातर बेड खाली नहीं होते और इसके वजह से यहाँ वहाँ घूमते हुए ही जान चला जाता है बच्चों।
लाइन लगाना पड़ता है, भागना पड़ता है, इधर दौड़ो उधर दौड़ो, फॉर्म लो, फिर उसके बाद कहीं 2-3 घंटे के बाद एडमिशन होता है। फिर उसके बाद डॉक्टर टाइम से आते हैं, बहुत टाइम से, फिर उसके बाद कहीं इलाज चालू होता है।
ये ऐसा क्या पैसा होने के बाद भी इस हॉस्पिटल में ऐसा होता है कि किसकी कदर नहीं की जाती, कि बड़ा है क्या छोटा है, सब बस इनको मालूम है कि आदमी आया इलाज के लिए आया, साल के 12 महीने ऐसा रोना होता है। ये अपने स्टाफ अपने ऊपर देखते रहते हैं कि भाई मेरा क्या बेनिफिट हो और हमारा स्टाफ कितना आगे तरक्की करे, बाकी गरीबों के ऊपर नज़रअंदाज किया जाता है।
Sad incident there. Moving on to Bengaluru now. Another shocker from this city. An event manager has been arrested for allegedly drugging, sexually assaulting and then blackmailing a minor from Mumbai who was working with him. The accused, Pragdish Kapoor, is currently in custody and POCSO, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, has been invoked in this case. Shija sent us these details.
Yet another rape shocker has come to light here in Bengaluru. What we know is that a 17-year-old college-going girl, minor girl, was drugged and raped, and this incident was reported on Sunday, only on Sunday, when the girl, in fact, what we know, she's a college-going girl as well as was doing a modelling assignment by her side. Also, she was contacted by this particular accused, Pragdish Kapoor, who in fact contacted her and asked her to visit to his residence, who in fact promised her of a job in modelling industry. What we also know is that when this victim reached his residence, he immediately offered her a drink spiked with sedatives, drugged her and raped her. In fact, the victim in fact mustered courage and reported this entire incident to the city police commissioner, who in turn filed a complaint, registered a complaint under the POCSO Act, and they immediately in fact arrested the accused Pragdish Kapoor. Also, what we understand during the investigation, it was revealed that this was not a very first case that Pragdish Kapoor had committed. In fact, various other people were also involved in this, and various other victims. Also, he had approached quite a few models who in fact he promised, and the police are in fact investigating this angle as well. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Breaks Now.
This is a minor, and in the minor's case, nobody should be looking at it as if there would have been provocation, as if there could be any kind of consent, as if this lady, this girl is the one to be taking primary responsibility, because that seems to be the kind of mindset by the system in general, whether it is the police, the prosecutor or the magistrate. And that is what we need to challenge, because there is a law now, may not be a great law, but whatever this law is, you follow the law to the T and not find technicalities to see to get this man outside on bail. There's no way you give him bail, because he is a threat to that child now. If he comes out on bail, he's a threat to the child, just like how other rapists are threats to the victim survivors. And I do hope that the magistrate will look at it very, very seriously, and the police will give all the necessary protection to this child.
They should be careful going out late at night, and probably they should, inform their parents or their family members where they are going, so that like they can be traced easily in case they are in trouble.
The parents should be aware of it, and should avoid the late nights, especially the pubs and all that.
You should put your wall where you should know. You should put your limits, so they'll also know. They won't take advantage. That people are there, both the side is there. Some they have to come to that level, they'll go ahead. If they are, you can't force them.
I know Pragdish Kapoor. He told us he's a casting director, and he approached me as well. But then I found him a little shady, so I just, kept my distance. But then she's a 17-year-old, and she's obviously not as mature in understanding what he is like.
You can't blame the girl actually, because she didn't know that she would ever go through so much, right? Because of one opportunity. I mean, she would have trusted him and gone. And it's not only fashion, it's anybody. Maybe she required money that time. Maybe she was going through a position where, she couldn't explain anything to anyone. So, she said, okay, if I'm getting money, I'll do it.
I think government has to take strict actions against it, because once the government doesn't take any step, I don't think any action would be taken.
Okay.
Like every time, people coming on the streets won't help.
The person should obviously be prosecuted by the police and should not be left by bail. I think there should be strict term, at least for 5-year or 6-year jail.
Meanwhile, in a shocking incident of VVIP racism, a Karnataka Legislative Assembly Committee has come up with a recommendation of hefty fines on clubs for denying membership to legislators. Now, this fine could go up to 1 lakh rupees. Moreover, the club's license and land license agreement would also be liable for cancellation in case they are on government land.
What we have recommended is only in his own constituency, elected representative can have a choice of 2 clubs, any 2 clubs for membership. And throughout the state, means in his constituency, not everywhere, where those clubs which have taken land on government at concessional price and have government aid, and also for sports personalities who brought honor to the country, and army served people who have got certain awards and who have done their best for the country.
I think it is very, very illogical. It was very uncalled for. I don't know who instilled that knowledge into this committee. Most of our elected representatives will not accept it. We don't want it. If at all we should get any membership, we should get it on our own merit.
No, I think it should be, I do not know on what basis it can be given and what is the criteria which will be evolved, because these are all very delicate issues. And I think for it to us to make it political, I think we need to handle this more sensitively. So I'm not right on the outside. I'll say I'm not too sure about how MLAs can become members of these clubs. We need to look at it and study the report in detail.
But I do not agree that there should be special preferences given to elected representatives of a particular jurisdiction where a private club is. Simply because, as a citizen of India, I will not be given the same privilege to be a member of the club that MPs and other elected representatives are. And on what grounds and what criteria do these people make this kind of a report?
Moving on to the national capital now. The Delhi Commission for Women has summoned the Secretary of Social Welfare Department in connection with the pathetic state of inmates in Asha Kiran Home Complex for the mentally challenged. TCW chief has had on Wednesday conducted an inspection at the Asha Jyoti home at Nirmal Chaya complex and found gore irregularities. Now, last week, similar glaring issues were raised by the women's body at the Asha Kiran home.
We made a surprise inspection on one of these nights and we were completely shocked and horrified because there were 11 deaths that were reported in the past 2 months. Women were piled up on each other. There were 4 women being made to share each and every mattress. There was shit and filth lying all over. The women, they were not given wheelchairs. They were crawling their ways to the bathrooms. There were CCTV cameras which were installed in the corridors, and the women, due to lack of staff and lack of care, they were just absolutely roaming nude in that corridor, and which was being captured in a CCTV footage which we were able to see that was being observed and monitored by 3 males. Horrifying situation. Just one psychiatrist in the entire home, which is having around 1,000 residents, and the psychiatrist comes only 2 times in a week for 2 hours. It's really a shocker. I think it's a living hell. The commission is extremely concerned. I spent the entire night there. I got back from to my home at 11 o'clock in the next morning, and we have issued a notice to the Social Welfare Secretary because I think accountability needs to be fixed. We have asked her information as to what steps were taken to ensure that this kind of an issue doesn't exist, and what steps are now going to be taken, and apart from that, how many visits were actually done, what were the visit reports, how is it that one day the commission decides to make a surprise inspection and all this comes out.
जो डेथ्स हुई हैं उसमें इनकी कुछ रिपोर्ट्स हैं कि वो मेडिकली फिट नहीं थे और उस स्थिति में नहीं थे कि सर्वाइव कर पाते, तो वो बीमारी की वजह से हुई डेथ्स हैं, इनका ऐसा कहना है. तो मैं इनकी सारी चीज़ों की जांच करा के आई विल टेक स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट एक्शन अगेंस्ट एनी ऑफिसर हु इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर.
No, but this is a recurring event. Every year the same thing happens. A lot of people die in this.
और दूसरा हाँ, इतने ज़्यादा लोग जो मर रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं कोई
नहीं. मैंने पिछले वर्षों का भी रिकॉर्ड मंगवाया, क्योंकि जब मेंटली रिटार्डेड लोग इस हालत में आते हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा सीवियर कंडीशन में आते हैं तो उनका सर्वाइवल रेट यहाँ क्या रहता है, वो सारा पिछले 8-10 साल का मैंने इनसे डेटा मांगा है, वो सारा मैं कंपेयर करके बता सकता हूँ आपको.
510 की रहने की क्षमता है, लगभग 950 के आसपास बच्चे हैं. तो एक तो ये बहुत बड़ा कारण है जिसमें मिसहैंडलिंग भी हो सकती है, और स्टाफ की संख्या भी बच्चों के अनुरूप नहीं है, और बच्चे जो हैं वो तो नो डाउट बहुत ही वो मेंटली रिटायर्ड हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा केयर उनको चाहिए। अंदर जाके जो स्थिति बच्चों की हम लोग देख रहे हैं वो तो बहुत कड़ा हृदय से देखने लायक है।
And now to Magic Bricks Now impact. Now, just a day after we highlighted the sexual discrimination in the government-run Polytechnic College in Mumbai, the college principal pulls down the rope that demarcated a separate section for the boys in the canteen. Now, in a shocking diktat that was imposed earlier, the principal of the Polytechnic College had in fact put a rope separating the boys and the girls in the canteen. Further, the principal had also said that girls wearing trousers have diminished the desire to reproduce. Amita, who was there at the college, gets us these details.
Following the intervention of the State Education Minister Vinod Taude, the rope that was separating girls and boys in Bandra Polytechnic College's canteen now has been removed. Students we spoke to specifically who refused to speak on camera told us that things are sort of normalized within the college, that they are allowed to interact with boys and there is no trouble there. However, there is that consideration of a specific uniform for girls, because remember the college's principal Swati Deshpande had made a very bizarre remark earlier saying that if women continue to dress like men, then they will be, their ability to reproduce in the future will be affected. Hence, that consideration of uniform for girls in this college is still being considered. However, there is no rope or gender segregation in the college's canteen.
On to a Mega Magic Bricks Now impact. Now, following our expose that exposed the corruption that takes place within the BMC, the Mahada and the SRA, we now exclusively learn that the Slum Rehabilitation Authority has come up with a number of ease of doing business norms. These include speedy approval system and self-certification for various approvals by consultants who will be appointed. In fact, Vishwas Patil, who's the CEO of SRA, says that this move will bring in transparency and accountability within the system. All thanks to Magic Bricks Now. Listen in.
For ease of doing business, we have issued particular circular on 7th February. And we are targeting this area that there were complaints about much delays in government work and all that. By this circular, we have given some stipulated time on every step. Suppose the proposal is put up to sub-engineer, in how many days it should be processed, then how many days will be taken by executive engineer, and how the file will be processed. So every step it is a fixed.
So you've brought in accountability into the system right now. You're saying within 1 month all of the approvals will be taken care of. Is that what you're saying?
Maximum within 2 months all the approvals should be cleared, provided the applicant should submit genuine and proper papers also. It is his responsibility.
Also, when we did an investigation on Magic Bricks Now, we found that a lot of builders were telling us that there is a lot of corruption within the system. How are you looking at curtailing that? Have you brought in online payments, etc. into the place?
Yeah, by this circular we have given availability for the builders, for the applicants, for the fees, and I don't think there will be any delay.
Also tell me, are you also planning to have a periodic check on your officers as well, in the sense that are you monitoring the fact that they must have registers, etc., of what all work they have been doing or they will do going forward?
Yeah, definitely. We have started registering system. When I joined, surprisingly I found, when I visited my some sub-engineers, that there was this register was not in existence. So how I can take a review? So now everything is being registered and everything is being monitored, and I am taking periodical meetings also.
It is known as one of the most feared bylanes of the city of Mumbai. Today we take you around Mumbai's E ward, which has areas like Baikola, Tagdi Chaul and Kamathipura, home to the underworld. And we tell you what are the problems that exist in this ward. Here's a report.
Mumbai's Baikola, home to the rich, famous and the underworld. But even muscle power has not been able to solve the deep-rooted problems of E ward. Illegal hawkers and encroachments and congested roads. Mumbai's E ward, which has areas like Baikola, Kamathipura and Agripada, is no different than the rest of the wards in the city. However, what Magic Bricks now found was that this ward is home to a lot of unauthorized constructions. An RTI activist Magic Bricks now spoke to alleges that most of the ward is filled with illegal buildings and builders who have flouted norms post getting the occupancy certificate.
The buildings are on record, it seems to be legal. In order to go ahead and get the OC, then you can take it as an illegal part on the records. But when you check the documentation, many more things are not been compiled as per the rules and regulations or as per the DCR regulations.
The bylanes of Kamathipura, famously known as a red light area of the city, also faces similar problems. The local corporator, however, defends himself and shifts the blame to the builders and the BMC.
ये महानगर पालिका की मिली भगत उनके इल्म के अंदर रहता है सब चीज़ें. बिल्डिंग प्रपोजल, लोकल वार्ड, लोकल कॉर्पोरेटर, ये मैंने चीज़ देखी है वार्ड में, ये प्रभाग समिति में आने के बाद. पर मैंने हमेशा इसके खिलाफ, आप मेरा रिकॉर्ड उठा के देखेंगे, मैक्सिमम कंप्लेंट्स मेरी इसी के लिए है.
Most of the illegal structures in this ward are also old and dilapidated, which leads to its own set of problems. Several citizens are homeless because redevelopment work on illegal structures often halts midway when authorities realize the building is unauthorized. Take this building in central Mumbai, for instance. Residents of the building who were rehabilitated allege that their builder cheated them.
When we go and complain with the authorities, like the ward officer, he passes on through the building inspector department who looks after the unauthorized work. But then people get managed over there, the builders and the society goes and pays them bribe. The unauthorized work is still going on and that is not been demolished.
Complete होता नहीं project, unlegal construction करता है, कोई भी objection डालता है, काम रुक जाता है. जब unauthorized काम ही नहीं करेगा तो legal करेगा तो 2 साल में पूरा हो जाएगा, उसका complete ही हो जाएगा job.
Geeta Gowli, the current corporator who sits in the Dawn's Den, Tagdi Chaul, on the other hand, feigns ignorance.
I don't know about it because I don't think so what RTI says, but yeah, it's not illegal from before. I think when we were not the corporator also, since when I was a kid, I used to see them like this only with double rooms. But it's not their problem. It's the people who already told them to make it beforehand.
The ward, which is predominantly dominated by the Muslim community, sees strong competition between the Akhila Bharatiya Sena, AIMIM and Samajwadi Party. Citizens, however, say year after year, promises are made, but nothing changes on ground. Amita Balachandra for Magic Bricks Now.
Potholed roads, mounting garbage, encroached pavements, and crumbling infrastructure.
Whatever has to be done by the government has to be done by the government.
Ward by ward, Neta by Neta.
In the last civic polls, the plush Ward A saw the lowest voter turnout.
Find out who performed and who did not. Watch Ward Reports on Mumbai Curve Vote. Only on Magic Bricks Now.
And with that, we come to the end of the news. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Magic Bricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magic Bricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magic Bricks Now.